Hey everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael
Today we're checking out Perspectives.
from Space Cowboys.
Whoa.
This game plays 2 to 6 players. In reality, you could play with a whole bunch of players, but I would say the sweet spot is probably 4. Though 2 would be good, but 4 makes it so. This is an investigation game, and you want to have partial information to encourage communication.
Yes.
So, thanks to Space Cowboys, before I forget, for providing us this game. But they didn't give it to us in exchange for this video. They gave it to us because they know we like to play all the games.
That's right.
So, there's not many rules to teach, so I don't really have to go through all the rules.
That's good.
But I can explain sort of how we are supposed to do these mysteries. There are a game of perspectives has 3 of these cases in it. So, and there are 4 acts in each box, organized like so, with
Very nicely.
tab dividers.
Yeah, in a little file there.
Yes. So you're basically going to play through 3 acts.
Yes.
Having incomplete information. You're going to basically deal out all of these cards to all of the players.
Right.
So that we have about the same number of cards. We're going to try to, we're going to communicate what we know on our cards that we see without showing them to everyone. And then when we think we're ready, we put everything down, hide everything, and then try to answer the questions. And there are only like 3 or 4 questions on each one. On Act 4, we reveal everything from the 3 acts and try to answer Act 4's questions. I believe you're allowed to. I can't remember exactly. I have not read through the rules myself. However, when we played with Aldi from BGG, he said that you can reveal one card that everyone can see. So
without penalty.
Without any sort of penalty. That way, if there's something that you're sure that everyone needs to see to be able to understand what you're talking about, you can choose to agree. One card gets revealed.
Yeah.
So that's how
that helped us in our games.
It really did.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, you're going to tally up the team's points and see how close that you get. So, there is a demo tutorial called The Stolen Egg. So, you've got to place the game box bottom in the center of the table and position yourselves around it. Each side has to be seen by at least one player. Each player should only look at 2 sides at most. So in a 2-player game, we've got to look at 2 sides.
2 sides each, yeah.
Yes. If there were an elegant way for us to do it, we would have y'all look at one of the sides. However, there are some little details on the game box that you have to make sure that you are looking at. For example, you might see something that looks like this portion of the game box, and you have to be sure that you can see all of the pieces.
Yeah.
So, Act 1, Introduction. Renowned antique dealer Robert Denning regularly opens the door to his home for the public to admire his collection of rare works of art. Recently, he exhibited a Fabergé egg in the library upstairs. At 1800, while he was watching the news, someone hacked the CCTV system and alarm for 30 minutes without him noticing and stole the invaluable egg. Start your investigation by looking at the CCTV footage before and after the system was hacked. Then discuss among yourselves what you observe from your perspective and try to answer the following questions. How did the thief steal the egg? What path did they take and why? When you feel ready, put the lid back on to hide the sides and then answer the questions. So, I have got the 1831 footage.
I have 1759 on both sides.
So you have right before, I have after.
Okay.
So I notice some a flower pot that's been looks like it's been damaged. And I see a damaged ladder. I see an open shed door and there's two tools in it.
I see an open shed with 3 tools.
Ah, what I'm seeing a rake and a shovel.
Okay, so the middle one's a hammer.
A hammer. Well, I bet that might be how they got in.
Yes.
I see a tree with an open window upstairs on that shed side.
Tree.
A tree on the far right side
Okay.
with an open window and an
Mm.
umbrella.
Okay, the umbrella's in the pot below the front door.
Oh, he must have taken the umbrella upstairs.
I don't see any open windows, so.
Yeah, so he probably got in or out that window.
Yeah.
So let me take a look at this side. So this is on the side of the house. I'm seeing it looks like a bent lamp
Okay, I see.
between the two windows and a broken glass door on the left hand side.
Yep, I see the 2 balcony windows. Everything's shut. The light is just like a wall fixture, like with the like a bulb.
Oh, so my wall fixture is down and then it's bent at an
Okay,
angle.
so that's not what I see. It looks more like up.
It looks up. Well, this is down and over, so it's probably
it's been
a
handled in some way.
So this is what I see. On the right-hand balcony, I see steps on the balcony, a step on the railing of that balcony.
Yeah.
The broken lamp. Then on the far balcony, I don't think I see any footprints, but I do see the broken glass.
Yeah, I don't see
So
any
it
of that.
looks like he probably went up the ladder and went from one balcony to the next balcony.
Yeah.
And shattered the glass.
Right.
But somehow he took the umbrella with him. So maybe he used the umbrella to swing on that light or something.
Yeah. Or to pick the door from inside or something like that.
Well, it was broken, but yeah. I mean, the door was clearly broken.
Right.
He used the hammer had to use the hammer for the glass.
Generally, what happens is, okay, yeah, you're probably right.
So
yeah, that's all I see.
The ladder is broken.
Ladder's broken.
The ladder is like all snapped and broken and stuff, and like flowers all over it.
I mean, I see flowers up and down the ladder, but it doesn't look broken on my side. So.
And it looks like at the bottom, it looks like a whole bunch of flower petals at the bottom.
I don't see I don't see flower petals at the bottom. So he clearly went up the ladder.
And a TV is on the bottom floor. I'm guessing they were watching TV, and that's why he didn't hear him.
Yeah, that's probably
we think we know how the thief stole the egg, and that's the path that they took. And the reason why he went around is because maybe he was in there watching TV. I don't see anybody in there at 1831.
I don't either. I see the TV is on.
TV is on.
But if you're upstairs, the easiest way is probably out from upstairs if you can find a way down.
Yeah.
Then if somebody's home, you never know, right?
Yeah. So, let's close the box.
Okay. How do we do? That was our tutorial.
That was Act 1. There's 2 acts, actually.
Oh, okay.
What objects did the thief use to commit his crime? The crime. We said a hammer.
Yeah.
An umbrella.
Yeah.
Why is the upstairs outdoor lamp bent?
He stepped on it.
Stepped on it or swung on it.
Right.
What path did the thief take and why? He went upstairs because there's an easy way in, and they were probably watching TV downstairs.
Yeah.
We're guessing.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. Where'd it go? A hammer and an umbrella. And it's broken because the thief clung to this lamp to swing using the umbrella. The thief escaped, sliding down the tree because the path they had taken on the way there was unusable because the thing was broken.
Mm-hmm.
So the why was not clear. But he took that path to stay away from the guy. He couldn't go downstairs and reveal himself. The leaves on the ground and a damaged flower at the bottom of the trellis suggested the thief climbed that way. Once at the top of the trellis, they were able to reach the balcony where you can see their footprints. Knowing the distance between the two balconies is too great to jump from one to the other, that the lamp on the wall between the balconies was twisted, and that the umbrella is no longer in its place, the thief had to use the ladder to cling to the lamp and swing from one balcony to the other.
Okay.
Then they broke the window glass with the hammer they found in the shed and entered the library. They came out of the other side of the house, sliding down the tree, as the way back was impossible because the lamp was severely bent, having to support the weight of the thief. Now, reopen the box so you can look at all sides of the bottom part. Then look closely at the lid to determine which one of these characters is the thief. When you feel ready, put the box to hide the sides and answer the questions on the right side. So,
one of these guys?
yes, I am seeing on the ladder, there are scraps of fabric on the ladder.
Oh, okay.
They look like little, it looks like red with like square and stripes and square and stripes and squares and stripes.
Okay, is it more like a maze square?
It might be a maze or zigzags. I only see little scraps.
Or does it look
But
more
there's
like
quite
a
a few of them.
building?
No, it looks more like a maze.
Okay. Well,
I can look at that and see
there's
what
two
it looks like.
possibilities. So is there anything else that you see?
No. It says players can look at all sides, so you can look at it too.
Either her.
It's either her or him.
What else?
But is his ripped? His looks ripped. See this? That arm looks ripped.
Well, he's a strong man.
Yeah.
He's ripped.
Well, I don't know what else. What else could cause the? Maybe because he was heavy, he broke the ladder.
Could be.
And a woman is less likely to break the ladder.
Yeah.
Unless it's just a really rotten ladder.
Well, we can go with that.
I'm going to guess is the dude just because it looks ever so slightly ripped on his arm right here. And the lady down at the bottom is wearing a dress. I don't think she would probably be climbing up the ladder with that dress.
You don't know.
I mean, Fabergé egg is worth a lot of money. Oh, and Aldi says footsteps.
Well, I saw the footsteps, right? Well, the footsteps would probably be the guy.
It looks like a dude's foot.
We don't know because we don't
see her feet. We don't see her feet.
We do see his heel. I mean,
his heel matches. Do we see
this guy?
Yeah, that guy. But it's not ripped there. It's ripped here. Oh, it's not ripped here either.
It doesn't look ripped.
It's not ripped here. But I'm guessing the feet. But I don't see her feet anywhere.
Right.
On any of the sides or anything. It says, is she wearing heels? I don't. Oh, look here. Look here. No, here. Let go of the box. I can show you. I'm seeing heels on the side of the box. I mean, it does say look closely at the lid. I guess it's the whole lid.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing heels here.
Okay, let me look.
I showed it to you.
I want to see this. There's other things.
There's other things. I think it's the dude.
Fine. Go with it then.
All right. Act 2. Oh, I was supposed to read the introduction to Act 2. Where is it? Oh, that was the introduction. What item of clothing did the thief leave behind? Just pieces of his shirt.
Sure.
Is the thief a man or a woman? The dude is a man.
Dude.
Who is the thief? Is that dude?
That dude.
All right, now turn it over. What item of clothing did the thief leave behind? The pieces of fabric hanging from the trellis. Well, that's not an item of clothing. But sure, we got the right answer. Is the thief a man or a woman? A man. Who's the thief? The man in the patterned shirt. At 1831, part of the trellis was broken. Pieces of patterned fabric got caught in it. The thief must have ripped their clothes while climbing. This fabric has the same pattern as the woman's dress and the shirt of one of the men. However, the footprints on the balcony do not match the woman's high-heeled shoes, but do match those of the man in the patterned shirt. You have identified the thief and found the stolen egg, but the man narrowly escapes arrest by fleeing to South America, somewhere in Buena Vista, where you lose track of him for the time being.
How rude.
How rude. So, on the back of each envelope, you're going to see the game rules for each of the games. I don't know if they're any different for each of the cases. Maybe Aldi can speak to that if he's still watching. But I believe they're probably very similar
I think
because
they're very similar.
Keep in mind that this is a communication game primarily. You're trying to relate what you see on your images. And they're not just pictures. Sometimes you might have autopsy reports. Sometimes you might have a letter written from one person to another. Sometimes you might have a fingerprint sample. Sometimes you might have a DNA sample. Sometimes you might have a piece of hair. Sometimes you might have an actual photograph. So it all depends what pieces of information you have in front of you.
Yeah, all that.
So, to communicate effectively, avoid overloading your teammates with superfluous information, asking only for essential details. Don't tell them every single thing that you see because you'll start going off on tangents that you really don't need to go down.
Right.
So, obviously this is a team game. You want to make sure to work together. You don't want to dominate the conversation. You want to make sure that everyone has a chance to relate what they see on their information. And then you can together decide the additional cards you want to reveal and or read the further questions of the current act. And obviously, this is an investigation game. Focus on the useful clues for the current act. Some details may not look important now, but during Act 4, maybe those clues will all come together and you'll understand why all of these things, hey, there's an owl statue on the desk. Why is there an owl statue? We don't know, but maybe by Act 4, you understand why there's an owl statue on the desk, for example. So, because all the cards are going to be visible to you during Act 4. And according to this, it says each act should be played within 20 to 30 minutes, which will lead you to approximately 90-minute full case.
Right.
And there are 3 cases in the box. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah,
we did case number 3.
We did case 3 completely out of order, which you can do. You can do that completely.
They're just different. So it was a lot of fun. We really liked playing.
We really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because Aldi and Matthew had already played Acts 1 and 2.
Right.
And they're like, hey, you can join us for Act 3. We're like, yes, sign us up. And so we had a really good time playing it.
He played them all.
He played them all.
Yep.
So
good enough to play them all. So.
And I can tell you, not all games are like that where you want to play them all.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely want to go back and check out 1 and 2.
Yes.
Even though we've played 3, that does not spoiler us for what we are going to see for 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. It does. The cases don't seem overly hard or like you need to find one little piece of information to like break the case kind of thing. So
I think there was one question that we're like, oh, we didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But most of the other ones, it was logical how it all I don't feel like with some of the investigation games there was a gotcha sort of thing.
Yeah, which
And
is I like that they didn't.
I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like gotchas. It's like, oh, how are we supposed to figure that out?
Right.
But this does not have those in there. I think they are really well crafted.
Yeah.
So
we had a lot of fun with this.
absolutely.
I'm glad we were Aldi was able to show us after
Yeah, thanks,
Con,
Aldi.
so now we could talk to you all about it and
Because we play
all the games. And I'm very excited to go try the other two.
Absolutely.
Let's play now.
That's right. That's Perspectives by Space Cowboys. And if you enjoyed this teach and tutorial playthrough, then you can check out all of our videos on YouTube at BoardGamerSteph, or you can join us on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, where we stream through 3 games or more every single stream. So hey, come join us on Twitch, where we play
all the games. And for those on Twitch, we'll be right back.